Say welcome. Welcome to our TechSphere Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share with friends. Today, we're taking a deep dive into TextFX.
TextFX?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's this AI experiment.
Right.
It uses Gemini, which is Google's most capable generative AI.
I see.
These 9 tools are designed to expand the writing process, generating creative possibilities with text and language.
You know, when I first heard about this, I thought AI for rappers. That's pretty niche.
Right.
But the more I dug into it, the more I realized it's actually a fascinating look at how AI could reshape creativity in any field.
Totally. And we've got some awesome source material for this deep dive.
Okay.
Including a video from Google featuring Lupe Fiasco himself.
Oh, wow.
The Grammy-winning rapper actually collaborated on building TextFX.
That's what makes this so interesting.
Yeah.
It's not some tech company saying, hey, we made an AI that can write raps for you.
Right.
This is about an artist exploring how AI can help them push their own creative boundaries.
And Lupe is super clear about that in the video.
Yeah.
He talks about how rap has always been intertwined with technology. Turntables, drum machines, multi-track recording.
Right.
All these innovations shaped the sound of rap.
So it makes sense to see AI as a natural evolution of that.
Yeah.
What's really cool is that Lupe wasn't looking for an AI to write lyrics for him.
Right.
He wanted tools to help him explore his own creativity further, to kind of unlock what was already inside him.
And that's where this word explosions technique comes in.
Word explosion.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of this?
I have not.
So basically, he takes a word and breaks it down phonetically. Looking at different meanings, spellings, even connotations.
It's like dissecting a word to discover its hidden potential.
Right.
Going way beyond a simple dictionary definition.
There's this great example in the video where he breaks down expressway.
Expressway.
Yeah, and he talks about how it can become express, making him think about newspapers.
Interesting.
Then he gets to expand, leading him to think about ex-girlfriends or even the prefix like exclude.
Wow.
It's wild.
That is wild.
And what's fascinating is how TextFX uses AI to replicate this process. It can take any word you give it and generate a web of related words and concepts.
So imagine having an AI brainstorming partner helping you explore all these unexpected avenues.
Exactly. And get this, they built 9 different AI tools into TextFX, each with its own unique function.
In the video, Lupe mainly focuses on 2. Word Explode, which we just discussed.
Right.
And Unexpected, which is designed to generate surprising or unusual connections between words.
He gives some really cool examples using these tools. Like he puts Marauder into Word Explode and it spits out more rudder.
Or rudder.
Yeah. And he actually uses that in a verse about feeling rudderless. It's like the AI helped him reframe a potentially negative word into this idea of needing direction.
Right. It's not just about rhyming. It's about finding new layers of meaning. And then there's Unexpect. Lupe uses it on goldfish.
Goldfish.
And gets the line, a glass of water is filled with a live goldfish.
Wow.
He works that right into a rap.
That's great.
Who would have thought to connect those 2 things?
It's like the AI is sparking these creative leaps that he might not have made on his own.
Yeah.
And then he puts umbrella into Unexpect.
Yeah.
And gets an umbrella as a hat for the ground.
Oh, come on. That's brilliant.
These examples are so interesting because they highlight how AI can act as a creative collaborator.
Right.
It's not dictating the final product, but it's pushing you to think about things in new ways.
Yeah.
To make connections you wouldn't have seen before.
And the researchers in the video talk about this human-machine collaboration as the future of AI.
Right.
It's not about machines taking over.
Yeah.
It's about them working alongside us to enhance our capabilities.
But this raises an interesting question, doesn't it?
It does.
If AI can help us be more creative, does it somehow diminish the value of the creative struggle?
I see what you're saying.
Like, is it less meaningful if you had a little help from a machine?
Right.
Well, Lupe addresses that head on. He's adamant that the joy is in the process, in the challenge of creating something new. TextFX doesn't eliminate that struggle.
Right.
It just provides a different set of tools to overcome creative roadblocks and explore new territories.
It's kind of like having a more advanced set of paints and brushes.
Yeah.
You still need the skill and vision to create a masterpiece.
Right.
But these tools can help you achieve things you never thought possible.
And that's a really important point.
Yeah.
This isn't about replacing human artistry.
Right.
It's about expanding the possibilities.
Exactly. And what I find so exciting about TextFX is that it begs the question, could this kind of AI-powered creativity work in other fields? I mean, could a painter use this to generate unexpected color palettes? Or a chef for new flavor combinations?
Right.
It really opens up a whole new way of thinking about creativity.
Definitely. But before we get too carried away, let's zoom back in on TextFX itself.
Okay.
We've talked about Lupe's experience and 2 of the AI tools.
Yeah.
But remember, there's 7 more.
7 more.
I'm curious to learn more about how those work and what kind of creative potential they hold.
Absolutely. Let's dive into those other tools and see what they can do. So we've got these 7 other AI tools in TextFX just waiting to be explored. It makes you wonder what creative doors they might open, even beyond rapping.
Right. And it's not just about established artists like Lupe Fiasco. Think about aspiring musicians, poets, even just someone struggling with writer's block. Could these tools help them break through those barriers and unlock their creative potential?
It's fascinating to consider how AI could democratize creativity, giving everyone access to tools that were once exclusive to those with certain skills or resources.
It could be a game changer for education, too. Imagine using TextFX in a classroom setting. Kids could learn about language and creative writing in such a fun, engaging way.
And it's not just about generating words, it's about sparking ideas. Remember how Lupe compared TextFX to someone giving you a boost to climb over a wall instead of having to break it down? It's that extra push that can sometimes make all the difference.
I love that analogy. It really captures the essence of what TextFX is trying to do. But of course, with any new technology, especially one that deals with creativity, there are going to be concerns.
Of course. Some people might worry that if AI can generate art or music, it somehow devalues human skill and originality.
It's like when photography was invented.
Yeah.
Some painters felt threatened, like their craft was being replaced.
But photography didn't replace painting. It became its own art form, and it even influenced painting in new and exciting ways. I think we could see something similar happen with AI in creative fields.
Exactly. It's not about replacing human creativity. It's about expanding the possibilities. It's like giving artists a new set of tools, a new palette of colors to work with.
And who knows what incredible things people will create with these new tools. We might see entirely new forms of art emerge, blending music, poetry, and visual imagery in ways we can't even imagine yet.
The possibilities are mind-boggling. But I think it's important to remember that AI is just that, a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
Absolutely. It's up to us as humans to guide the development of AI and ensure that it's used in ways that benefit society and enhance our lives.
Which brings us back to TextFX. We've seen how it can be used to spark creativity and push the boundaries of artistic expression. But what about those other 7 tools we haven't talked about yet? What kinds of creative magic are they hiding?
Well, one of them is called Rhyme. It's pretty straightforward. You give it a word and it generates a list of rhyming words. But what's interesting is that it goes beyond simple rhymes.
So not just cat and hat, but something more nuanced.
Exactly. It can find rhymes based on sound, meaning even syllable count. It could help songwriters find that perfect rhyme that fits both the rhythm and the message of their lyrics.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. What about the other tools?
Another one is called Describe. You input a word or phrase, and it generates a vivid description.
So instead of just saying tree, it might give you something like a towering oak with branches reaching towards the heavens.
Exactly. It could be a great tool for writers who want to add more sensory detail to their work.
I'm seeing a pattern here. A lot of these tools seem designed to help writers break out of their usual patterns and think about language in new ways.
That seems to be the overarching goal of TextFX, to expand our creative horizons and help us see the world through a different lens. And it's not just for writers. Imagine a filmmaker using the Describe tool to come up with a unique visual for a scene, or a game developer using it to create a more immersive and imaginative world.
It's like TextFX is giving us a glimpse into the future of creativity, where AI is not a replacement for human ingenuity, but a powerful partner in the creative process. And that's a future I'm excited to explore. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's dive into some more of these fascinating AI tools. One that caught my eye is called Combine. It takes 2 seemingly unrelated concepts and finds surprising connections between them.
That sounds like it could lead to some really unexpected and interesting results. I'm curious to see how that one works in practice. What else is there? Okay, so Combine, this tool takes 2 seemingly unrelated concepts and finds connections between them.
It's like a digital version of those creativity exercises where you're given 2 random objects and have to come up with a new invention.
I can see how that could be super useful for brainstorming and breaking out of those creative ruts. What kind of examples did Lupe give for this one?
He didn't actually use Combine in the video, but I can imagine him putting in microphone and spaceship and the tool spitting out something like a microphone that transmits your voice across galaxies.
Wow, that's pretty cool. It's like taking those random word combinations and turning them into actual creative prompts.
Exactly, and the possibilities are endless. A chef could use it to come up with new flavor combinations. An architect could use it to design unconventional buildings.
Right.
A musician could use it to create unique soundscapes. It's all about pushing those creative boundaries.
So it seems like a recurring theme with TextFX is that it's not just about writing raps or poems.
Right.
It's about fostering creativity in any field.
Absolutely. It's about expanding our creative horizons and helping us see the world through a different lens.
Which brings us to another tool called Translate.
Yeah.
Now, this one might seem pretty straightforward.
Okay.
But it goes beyond just translating languages.
Right. It can actually translate between different creative styles.
Oh, wow.
For example, you could input a piece of text written in a formal academic style and have it translated into a more conversational, slang-filled style.
Or vice versa. That's wild. I could see that being super helpful for writers who need to adapt their work for different audiences.
Exactly. Or imagine a musician using it to translate a classical music piece into a hip-hop beat. The possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
So we've got rhyme, describe, combine, and translate. That leaves 3 more tools to explore. What's next?
Well, there's one called expand. It takes a short phrase or sentence and expands it into a longer, more detailed passage.
Kind of like a supercharged autocomplete.
Exactly. It could be a great tool for fleshing out ideas, generating backstory, or even just overcoming writer's block.
Okay, that makes sense. What about the next one?
The next one is called analogize. This one is particularly interesting. It takes a concept and finds analogies or metaphors to explain it in a more relatable way.
So kind of like those explain it to me like I'm 5 scenarios.
Precisely. It could be incredibly useful for teachers, science communicators,
Right.
or anyone who needs to explain complex ideas in a way that's easy to understand.
I can see how that would be super helpful. And last but not least, what's the final tool?
The final tool is called transform. It takes a piece of text and transforms it into a different format. For example, you could input a poem and have it transformed into a song, a screenplay,
Wow.
or even a piece of code.
Wow, that's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with language. It's like these tools are giving us a whole new set of lenses through which to view and create art.
Exactly. And it's all powered by Gemini, Google's most advanced AI model. It's incredible to think about what the future holds for AI-powered creativity.
It really is. So as we wrap up our deep dive into TextFX, I think the biggest takeaway for me is that this isn't just about AI writing raps or poems. It's about how AI can be a partner in the creative process, pushing us to think differently, explore new possibilities, and ultimately expand our own creative potential.
I completely agree. It's about breaking down those barriers between technology and art and recognizing that AI can be a powerful tool for human expression.
And who knows what amazing creations will emerge from this collaboration between human and machine. It's an exciting time to be a creative, that's for sure. Thanks for tuning in to TechSphere. Please like, subscribe, and share with friends. Until next time.